Hey everybody, welcome to Rock the Rope. Today is going to be country music and we're going to do 3 different techniques. Some days I like to do one technique across 3 songs. Sometimes I just want to, like the song inspires a different technique. So we're just going to kind of roll with whatever works best. So I know it's the holiday week, but I still want to make sure that you're getting content so that when you've opened presents and eaten all the food and you're scrolling on your phone, you have something to look at to help you get prepped for the new year. So we're going to start today with a technique, and we'll start with Patsy Cline's song, Crazy. So in this song, I do something I call the push-pull. Now, here's the deal. You're going to hear from lots of different teachers, and we're going to call them different things. And so, like, I encourage you to learn from as many teachers as you can. And we all try to, or at least I know I do, and many of my colleagues, we try to create names for things that help you kind of connect to what the task is, to what the thing we are doing is. So something actually may be scientifically going on a little different, but I'm going to give it to you in a word or a phrase that makes sense and gives you an action. So on the push-pull, what this is for me, it is kind of a volume increase, but also it's a shift in vocal quality. So here was the exercise I would suggest practicing. You're going to push E, and then you're going to shimmer back. And when you shimmer back, you're going to get a little quieter, but you're also going to open up the vocal folds into a breathier spot. So the push is a firmer spot. Now, I don't mean push here. I mean, just think like fuller sound and then breathier sound. For example, E, A, ah, oh, ooh. Try that with me. Here we go. E, A, I, O, ooh. Okay, now we're going to go, let's try that and let's go up with it. So we're going to do like E, A, I, O, ooh. Try that again with me. E, A, I, O, ooh. Okay, so now how does that apply to a song? So here's how I'm going to apply. I'm going to sing a little bit of Patsy Cline's Crazy for you, and I'm going to show you with my hands where I'm doing a push and pull. Okay, I'm going to map it, and then you can plug this into this song or really any song that you want to do this with. So here we go. Here's a little demo of how push-pull works. Plus my New York City radiator. Enjoy. Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I know you'd love me as long as you want it, and then someday leave me for somebody new. So there you go. That's sort of how that technique works. Let me pop over to my comments. Yeah, well, welcome. It's happening. It's happening. You're here, and you have questions. You can pop them in the comments. I miss this was happening. That's okay. Yeah, it's here. You're here with me now. So if you have a question, you can pop that on there. All right. So number 2 is the snarl. So this one we're going to visit with our friend Pam Tillis. This one is an audition cut. You can take Crazy in for an audition. Now, here's the thing. When you take in, so here's a little rep tip in between the coaching, little rep coaching. beware the iconic songs. Now, I'm not saying you cannot take them in. If you kill it, take it in. Just know that iconic songs can come with a little bit of a higher price tag than ones that wouldn't necessarily feel like they're in the iconic range, only because we all have an ear expectation. So, like, if we've listened to that thing so many times that we know exactly where they flip up and we know where they move and we know where they go this and that and the other, you can't help but kind of go in with that expectation. Now, the two caveats to that are if you take that song and completely turn it on its head, meaning like a good example is Sam Smith covered Whitney Houston's How Will I Know. Go listen to that recording. It is a completely different take on that song. You could take that version in and not be compared to Whitney, okay? Or if you are gender bending a song. So if it's typically expected to be sung by a female presenting voice, then if you are a male identifying voice, then you could take that in and there's not going to be the expectation on you the same way it would. You know, so like you can, if you decide to, basically what I'm saying is if you do something different that removes you from the expectation of the artist and what they did, then you can take it in. Know that if you take it in as is, and it's an iconic song, there's probably going to be a higher expectation on that. So if you want to do that, take it in, kill it. But if you don't want to deal with that extra level, then find another song that does the same thing for you, but that doesn't have somebody else's vocals and expectations on it. Okay. Cool. So let's go on to Pam Tillis, the Snarl. Okay. So the Snarl is how I get a lot of my belty high notes. So if it goes beyond what I can call, which for me lives about at a B flat, I'm not going to try and call a C. I just not. I make different choices at C. So if it goes beyond a call, then I'm going to go into this Snarl. I'm going to nasalize things and I'm going to make sure you can see my teeth. And that's going to help get me into the placement that I need to be in for the pitch range and sometimes for the word shape that comes up. Okay. So you'll see what I mean here in a minute, that there are certain words that go easily into the Snarl and you want them to go into the Snarl because it's going to be easier. You'll see what I mean. But if you want to practice the Snarl, you can just do like, and I would do this on like a tall vowel, like an ay 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 ay, and just keep snarling. Ay 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 ay. Right. So if I tried to call that just there, ay 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 ay. Oh no, no. I'm going to the safe place. Okay. So you'll see when I get to the chorus of Spilled Perfume, a couple places where I'm going to activate the Snarl to help me get there. And this is a cut of chest. Okay. This is a great country cut. There's a big difference between lonely and lonely way too long. I knew when he made his move, you weren't feeling all that strong. So I bit my tongue, 'cause I saw it coming as you danced so close to him. Doing some push ball in there too. It's 2 steps forward and 3 steps back when a heart is on the mend. Did you really think last night would last forever? Did you really think that guy on the moon? Right now you hate yourself 'cause you knew better. But the there's no use crying over spilled perfume. So you see right there, I went up and I can blend my push-pull, and then when I need those high notes, I go into my snarl to help me get there, okay? All right, that's tip number 2. And by the way, if you would like access to practice tracks of these cuts, I can send these to me. You just gonna, or if you want to audit one of our classes, you can drop that below. I'll give you the information at the end. You can just comment below. All right, our final one is Miss Linda Ronstadt. Now this one, I'm calling it the extra H here, but actually it's kind of inspired by Family Guy and Stewie. Well, if you go watch, if you're not familiar with Family Guy, go watch Stewie. Somewhere along the way, he's going to put an H in front of like a W. Well, what, when, where. You can use this technique to actually get some ease when you're going into a big sound. So you can either, hey, because that's how we call, right? We don't go, hey. I mean, if we did, ow, hey, hey. Or we can Tarzan it, hey. Either way, I'm getting a little bit of release and relief before I have to go into that big sound. So instead of, you're going to hear me sing here in a second, instead of I've been cheated, been mistreated, when will I be loved? I've been cheated, I've been mistreated, when, and you can put it on the H, when, Stewie Griffin, because if I go, when, get stuck, when will I be loved? Or, okay? So you can put the H, or you can yodel or Tarzan the H. And look, I have no pre-conscripted way I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do it, and what I feel is what I'm going to do. All right. So here is a little bit of Linda Ronstadt, When Will I Be Loved? I've been cheated, been mistreated. When will I be loved? I've been put down, I've been pushed round, Snarl. When will I be loved? When I meet a new man that I want for mine, he always breaks my heart in two. It happens every time. I've been made blue, I've been lied to. When will I be loved? Tell me, when will I be loved? Okay, so you can play with that too. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, all right, so that's our 3 for today. So to review, you're gonna push pull with Patsy, you're gonna snarl with Pam, and you're going to add the extra H a la Stewie Griffin. Well, Lois, well, and that's gonna help you with your call when you've got to go into these big belts. If you want to audit a coaching class, because starting in January, the way this works is I do this live stream, but then I take my whalers and we go into a private coaching and they get individual one-on-one coaching on these songs. So if you would like to pop in and kind of see the one-to-one coaching on these, please drop a comment, drop the word audit below, and I will happily send you a link and you can kind of come in and watch what we do. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. And we have one more coming up. I'm going to do a little bit of holiday music for you. So I think we're going to go back and look. I know we're doing some Brandi Carlile and Ariana Grande maybe, and I can't remember maybe Joni Mitchell. All right, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you like and subscribe so that you see when all these live streams are happening. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.